All right, here we go with number 4. So this one I'm going to create just like a box. So I'm going to make a box. I'm going to cut out these little things here afterwards. So count it. The box is 4.5 wide by 3 deep and 2.5 tall. So I'll go to my Onshape, create document, and this is ISO 4. Okay. All right, so I'm going to create a sketch on the front face here again. All right, I'm going to do a rectangle, corner rectangle. And it again, I said it's 4.5 wide, 4.5. The height of it was 2.5. All right, and then when I go to extrude it, I want to extrude it 3 inches. Enter. All right, so I got this basically without the arches cut out. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to do this guy right here. So the same kind of idea that we did with number 3, I'm going to create a circle and I'm going to cut it through. So the circle you can see has a radius of 1. So if you, right here would be the center point. So if I go over 1, 2, no, the radius is 1 inch. All right, and it's directly in the middle of this square. So I'm going to go back to my part. I'm going to create a sketch on the top of this face here. All right, and I'm going to create a circle, and I'm using a center point circle, and I want my center point to be directly in the middle of this line. So if I go up to the top here, this corner, if I move my cursor down, it should snap, there we go, to the center of the line. You see that square? Okay, that is the center point. So I'm going to click to start my circle, and then click to set it, and I said the diameter was 1, or the radius was 1, so the diameter is 2. Enter. All right, so after I created my circle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to extrude. Look at it from, not the bottom, right here. Okay, and I'm going to click remove, and it's going to cut through this object. So I'm going to change my blind here to through all. Click through all and then enter, and then boom, there is my part cut out there. So now I want to do the same on this other side here. So looking at it, all right, it's going to be, I'm going to create a 3-point arc, just like we did over on number 2. All right, so I know the start point is 1 inch over from here and 1 inch from here. So I'm going to go to my part. I'm going to look at my left side here, and I'm going to create my sketch right here. All right, and I'm going to make some reference points. So I'm going to create a line, and I'm going to start at this corner here and go and click a line there, and that line is 1. All right, close out my line, and then I'm going to create one from the bottom here. So I'm going to go create another line from this bottom corner up, and that is 0.5. Okay, so these are basically just like a reference point for me. I could have changed them to construction line, but we'll get into that at a different time. So these are just like lines for reference. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a 3-point arc. So I'll go to my arc, 3-point arc. So my start point will be that end of that line, and the end point will be the end of this line. Okay, and I want to make it come out this way here. And my radius of this line is going to be, all right, so the radius of this is going to be 2. Click, let me click, no, then let me click. All right, try that again. I'm going to dimension it. All right, the radius again is 2. Okay, so if we look back at our part here, now it cuts in, not all the way through, but it cuts in 1, 2, 3, 2 inches. So I'm going to go and click extrude, and I'm going to select this spot right here. And now let me select just this part that I created, and I'm going to click remove, and I'm going to change my depth to 2. Click enter. There we go. Check it, and now we got this part cut in, this part cut in. So the only thing missing now is this circle, this hole. So this hole also goes all the way through. So just like we did in number 3, we're going to create a 1/2 inch diameter hole that is up 1.5 inches and over 1.5 inches. So I'm going to create a sketch on this face right here. Okay, so I'm going to look at it from the front. All right, and I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to, instead of making it a circle, I'm going to start with a point. So I'm going to create a point on this face. Okay, now I just clicked it randomly, so I'm going to dimension it now. I know it is 1.5 inches from here and 1.5 inches from here. Okay, now with this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the hole tool. So instead of hitting extrude, I'm going to go over here to this tool right here, and this is called hole. So I'm going to click on hole, and I'm going to select my point that I just made. All right, so now it's starting to make a hole, and I need to change the measurement. So the diameter I said was 0.5. Now it's a simple hole, and it's going to go all the way through. So if I look at it from here, it's going all the way through, and I am just going to click done. Now, just like we did with the circle, the hole works just the same way. It's just a different tool for you to use. All right, so that is number 4. That's what it should look like.